Late at night, the farm world of Green Valley was quiet. Only the wind moved across the dry fields. Marcus, a tired human farmer, finished his work and walked back toward his small wooden house. He hoped for some rest, but the sky suddenly flashed with bright blue light. A loud sound followed, like metal grinding against stone. Marcus turned fast. In the far corner of his land, something heavy fell from the sky and hit the ground. Dust and smoke lifted into the air. Marcus grabbed a flashlight, climbed into his old hover truck, and drove toward the crash site. He thought it was a supply drone or a broken delivery pod. Things like that sometimes happened on this forgotten planet, but when he reached the spot, he froze. In the middle of the field sat a large metal crate, tall as a small house. It was silver, covered in glowing symbols that looked alien. The crate hummed like it was alive. One side showed a delivery tag written in 3 languages. Marcus bent down to read it. His eyes widened. The crate was addressed to someone else. Someone far away. Someone who was not him. Marcus stepped back. "This is a mistake," he whispered. He planned to call the transport office in the morning. But before he could turn away, the crate made a sharp clicking sound. A blue light ran across its surface. Then another dot, then the crate opened from the inside. Warm white light spilled out, and a young alien woman stepped forward slowly. She held onto the edge of the crate like she was weak or dizzy. Her skin had soft blue patterns glowing under the moonlight. Her long silver hair flowed behind her. She looked scared, confused, and very tired. Marcus raised his hands. I didn't order anything. I don't know who you are." The alien woman looked at him with wide, gentle eyes. "Are you the human who requested a bride?" Her voice was soft, almost shaking. Marcus blinked. "Bride? No, there's been a mistake." She lowered her head and whispered, "Please, please do not reject me. I cannot go back home. They will punish me. I beg you. Let me stay until morning." He wanted to say no. He wanted to send her away. But she looked so lost, so frightened, and so alone that something inside him softened. Before he could answer, a small voice called from the porch, "Dad." Who was out there? It was Eli, Marcus's crippled son. The boy dragged himself out using his metal leg braces. His legs were weak since birth, and walking was painful. His father always told him to stay inside at night, but Eli was curious and brave. The alien woman turned toward the boy. Her breath caught in her throat. She walked toward him slowly, as if she felt something pulling her forward. Marcus hurried after her. Eli looked up at the alien woman, not afraid at all. His eyes were round with wonder. "Hi," he said softly. "Are you lost?" The woman knelt in front of him. Her glowing patterns became brighter. She touched Eli's metal brace lightly with her fingertips. When she spoke, her voice shook. "I feel your pain," she whispered. "Your legs. They hurt you every day." Eli nodded slowly, not understanding how she knew. Marcus pulled her back gently. "Stop, don't touch him." But the woman's eyes were full of sadness. "I did not mean harm. I am sorry." Marcus took Eli inside and made him sit in his chair. The alien woman stood at the doorway, afraid to enter without permission. She looked exhausted. Her clothes were worn out from long travel. She hugged herself like she was cold. Marcus sighed and pointed to a chair. "You can sit. Only for tonight." She nodded gratefully and stepped in. The house was small, warm, and simple. Something about it seemed to comfort her. "What's your name?" Marcus asked. "My name is Lyra," she said softly. "I was sent as a bride to a human leader on this planet, but I think I was delivered to the wrong place." Marcus frowned. "Yes, very wrong place." Before they could speak more, bright lights flashed through the window. The ground shook slightly. Strange shadows moved across the fields. Eli gasped. "Dad!" Someone is coming. Marcus ran outside with his flashlight. In the far sky, several dark shapes were descending. They were not human ships. They were bigger, smoother, and silent. Lyra's face turned pale. Her hands trembled. No. They found me. Who? Marcus asked. Lyra whispered a single word, her voice filled with fear. Hunters. The ships were coming closer, and Marcus realized this was no simple mistake. The wrong bride had brought danger to his home, and the night was far from over. Marcus closed the door quickly and locked it. The lights in the sky were growing brighter. The strange alien ships were spreading out over the field, searching for something, searching for her. Lyra sat in the corner of the small living room, shaking. Her glowing skin dimmed until only a soft shimmer remained. Eli stared at her with wide eyes. He could feel something was wrong, but he did not run away or hide. Instead, he rolled his chair closer. Are they coming for you? He asked. Lyra looked at the boy, her voice trembling. Yes, they want to take me back. They want to force me to marry a man I fear. A man who hurts people. She lowered her eyes. I escaped. I ran away. I hid inside the shipping crates and changed the destination. But somehow, they found me. Marcus frowned. So you changed the address on purpose? Lyra nodded weakly. To survive. Marcus rubbed his forehead. He was angry, scared, confused all at once. Why come here? Why risk bringing danger to my home? Lyra looked up with desperate eyes. I did not know this place. I only saw a far location. A place hard to find. A place where I hoped no one would look. She swallowed hard. I thought I could disappear here. Marcus sighed. He wanted to send her away to avoid trouble. But when he looked at Eli, he stopped. The boy was staring at Lyra with sadness, not fear. Dad. She's scared, Eli said softly. We can't throw her out. Marcus felt his heart twist. His son rarely asked for anything. But now he was asking for this. Lyra held her hands tightly. Please, I can work. I can help. I will not be a burden. Just give me one night. Marcus sat down slowly. If those ships land, you won't get one night. Lyra understood. She touched the floor gently, and her fingers glowed. I can hide my energy. For a little while. If I stay calm, they might not sense me immediately. Eli leaned forward. You can feel things? Like when you touched my legs? Lyra looked at the boy with soft eyes. Yes, my kind can sense life energy. Pain, sickness, even emotions. She hesitated. And your energy is very strong, Eli, very bright. I have never seen a human like you. Eli blinked. Me? I can't even walk well. Lyra gave a small, sad smile. Your body is weak, but your spirit is powerful. You feel things deeply. You think with clarity. And your energy, it is unlike anything I have touched. Marcus watched her carefully. Can you heal him? Lyra froze. Her eyes lowered. Maybe, a little. But full healing is dangerous. It takes much of my own life energy. If I try too much, I could die. Marcus went silent. Eli turned away, not wanting Lyra to hurt herself. Outside, a deep humming sound filled the air. The ships were closer now. The windows shook. Marcus peeked through the curtains and saw search drones scanning the ground with beams of red light. They are sweeping the fields, Marcus whispered. We don't have much time. Lyra stood up slowly, her legs trembling. They will break into the house if they sense me. I can mask myself, but only if my mind is calm. Eli reached out and held her hand. Then stay near me. I can talk to you. Maybe it will help you stay calm. Lyra looked shocked for a moment. Then nodded. She sat beside Eli's chair. The glowing lines on her skin brightened again. She closed her eyes and breathed slowly. Marcus moved quickly around the house. He turned off the lights, covered the windows, and checked the door locks again and again. His heart beat fast. Then a loud noise echoed outside. A heavy thud. Something big had landed right outside the house. Eli grabbed Lyra's hand tighter. "Don't be scared," he whispered. Lyra whispered back, "I am trying." But their leader can sense fear. Marcus looked through a small crack in the curtain. His breath stopped. A tall alien warrior stood in the yard. His armor glowed like fire. Marcus stood frozen in the dark living room. The sound of heavy boots echoed across the porch. The wooden boards creaked under the weight of the alien hunters. Eli held Lyra's hand tightly while her glowing patterns faded almost completely. Like a light trying to hide in darkness. Outside, the lead hunter raised his gauntlet. A scanning beam swept across the house. Red light moved slowly from one window to the next. Marcus held his breath. Lyra shut her eyes, trying to stay calm. But her fear pushed through her skin like heat. "Lyra," Eli whispered softly, "you're shaking. Try to breathe slowly." She tried, but her voice trembled. "He is close. Too close. His senses. They are trained to find my kind." Marcus whispered, "Is he looking for only you? Or will he sense Eli too?" Lyra swallowed hard. "If he touches Eli's energy, he will know the boy is special. And special things are taken, protected, or controlled." Marcus felt his heart slam like a hammer. He moved between his son and the door. No alien warrior would take his child while he lived. Suddenly, boom boom. 3 loud knocks shook the house. The hunter's deep voice thundered, "Open the door, human. We are searching for a fugitive bride of the royal house. Comply, and you will not be harmed." Marcus stayed silent. The hunter knocked again, harder. "We detected royal energy near this structure. Open the door now." Marcus whispered to Lyra, "Can they break the door?" Lyra nodded slowly. Easily. The knocking stopped. Heavy silence followed. Marcus felt sweat run down his neck. Eli squeezed Lyra's hand harder. Then a metal claw tore straight through the wooden door. Splinters flew across the room. Eli screamed. Marcus jumped in front of him. The claw grabbed the edges of the door and ripped it open like paper. The lead hunter stepped inside. He was terrifying. Tall, armored, with glowing red lines running across his helmet. His face was hidden, but his eyes behind the visor burned like coals. 2 more hunters entered behind him, scanning every corner of the house. One of them pointed at Marcus. Human male. No royal energy. Another scanned Eli. Weak legs. Strong mind energy. Unusual. But not royal house. Eli gritted his teeth. He hated when people commented on his legs. It made him feel small. But the lead hunter ignored Marcus and Eli. He walked deeper into the room. He could sense something faint. Like a fading spark. Lyra forced herself to stay still. She pressed her hands against her chest, hiding the last glow of her skin. But she could not hide her breathing or the tremble in her hands. The lead hunter lifted his head. "There is someone else here," he growled. Marcus stepped forward. "There's no one else." The hunter ignored him and scanned the room again. He walked past Eli, past Marcus, and stopped right in front of the small hallway. Lyra hid behind the wall, trying to control her fear. The hunter reached toward the hallway, and Eli reacted. "Stop!" The boy shouted. The hunter turned sharply. "You challenge me, child?" Eli trembled, but he lifted his chin. "You can't hurt her." The hunter walked toward Eli, towering over him. "You know where she is." Eli shook his head. "I won't tell you." Marcus felt panic rise. "Leave the boy alone." But the hunter was focused on Eli now. He placed a hand on Eli's leg brace. Eli winced from the pain of the cold metal grip. This brace. This weakness. The hunter said slowly. Yet your energy is bright. Strange human. Marcus grabbed a shovel from the corner and swung it as hard as he could. Clang! The shovel hit the hunter's armor and snapped in half. The hunter turned to Marcus with slow, cold rage. That was unwise. He raised his arm to strike before he could. A glowing barrier formed around Marcus. The hunter's hand hit the invisible wall and bounced back. Everyone froze. The hunter looked slowly toward the hallway. Lyra stood there, glowing again. Her fear had turned into courage. Her skin burned bright like silver fire. Enough, she said, her voice shaking but strong. I am here. The hunters turned in unison. The lead hunter stepped forward. Princess Lyra, your running ends tonight. Lyra shook her head. You will not take me. You will come with us, he growled, or we take the boy instead. His energy is valuable. Marcus stepped in front of Ellie instinctively. You stay away from him. The lead hunter lifted his arm, ready to strike. Suddenly, Eli shouted, No. And the lights in the room flickered. Every device in the house shook. Lyra gasped. Eli! Your energy! A bright pulse shot from the boy like a wave. Every hunter stumbled backward. Lyra stared at Eli with shock. Marcus stared too. Eli looked at his own hands, confused and scared. The lead hunter regained balance and growled, The boy. He has royal echo energy. Lyra's blood ran cold. That energy belonged only to her people, and to someone destined for something great. The hunter stepped forward again. Both of you, he said darkly, will come with us. And Marcus realized the nightmare had just begun. The room felt colder after the hunter spoke. His words echoed like thunder. Both of you will come with us. Marcus stood in front of Eli, trying to protect him with his bare hands, even though he knew he could not fight armored warriors. His voice cracked. You're not taking my son. The lead hunter ignored him and stepped forward. His armor hummed with power. Behind him, the other two hunters spread out to block every exit. The family was trapped. Lyra's heart pounded. Her glowing patterns flickered in fear, but she forced herself to breathe. She could not let these hunters take the boy. She could not let them hurt Marcus. Their leader raised his gauntlet again. The weapon built into it, charged with a sharp rising sound, like a blade heating. Move aside. He ordered Marcus. Marcus did not move. The hunter prepared to strike, but Eli pushed his chair forward. His voice was weak but full of courage. Stop, don't touch my father. The hunter turned his attention to the boy again. You have strong energy for a crippled child. Very unusual. Eli's hands trembled. He had no weapon, no strength. But he had something else, the same thing that had frightened and pushed the hunters back last time. He concentrated. He remembered the feeling from before, that strange rush, like his chest was full of lightning. He tried to summon it again. Nothing happened. The energy inside him felt blocked, like a door he didn't know how to open. The hunter laughed deep in his throat. The boy cannot control it. He is harmless. Marcus felt a knife of fear twist inside him. He reached for Eli, but the hunter knocked him back with one arm like pushing a thin branch aside. Marcus hit the wall and fell. Dad! Eli cried. Lyra's eyes burned with anger. She stepped forward, her body glowing brighter than before. You touch him again, and I will fight you, she whispered. The hunter tilted his head. You are too weak. You used your power earlier to protect the human. You cannot win. Lyra breathed slowly. I do not need to win. Only protect them. The lead hunter pointed at her. Then submit. Come with us now, princess. If you refuse, we take the boy instead. A royal echo child is worth even more than a runaway bride. Lyra felt her knees weaken. Her people used royal echo children to train warriors, leaders, and prophets. Eli would be taken far away, tested, changed, used. "No," she whispered. "You will not touch him." The hunter stepped closer, towering over her like a giant. He reached out his metal hand to grab her arm. Then Eli screamed, "Lyra! Look out!" The moment his voice broke, the energy inside him sparked again, but only a little. Lyra felt it touch her, like a warm whisper, and suddenly her power exploded. A bright shield burst out from her body, like a bubble of pure white energy. It threw all three hunters back at once. They slid across the floor, crashing into the walls. Their armor sparked. Isla stared in shock. "Lyra, you did that?" Lyra's breath came hard. Her legs shook and she almost fell, but Eli grabbed her hand to steady her. "No," Lyra whispered. "It was your energy again. You gave me strength." Marcus pushed himself up, holding his side. "Whatever that was, keep doing it." The hunters stood again, slower this time. Their leader's voice sounded more serious, less confident. "The boy's energy's awakening. This is dangerous." Lyra narrowed her eyes. "Leave this house now." The leader pointed at them. "You are both coming. Alive if possible. Unharmed if you cooperate. But coming no matter what." He waved his hand. The two hunters moved fast, rushing toward Eli. Marcus grabbed a chair to defend him. But he knew he couldn't stop them. Lyra ran forward. But she wasn't fast enough. Eli closed his eyes and pushed every feeling inside him into one place: fear, anger, hope. Everything. A blast of pure white light exploded from his chest. It spread across the room like a wave of wind. The hunters were thrown back again. Harder this time. Their armor flickered. Their visors cracked. One of them fell to the ground and didn't stand again. Marcus stared at his son with wide eyes. "Eli, what are you?" Eli shook, confused and scared. I don't know. I didn't mean to." Lyra knelt beside him fast. "It is not your fault. Your energy is rare, ancient, powerful." She looked into his eye. Marcus locked the broken door again, his hands shaking. Lyra put a gentle hand on Eli's shoulder. "Are you hurt?" Eli shook his head slowly. "No. But I'm scared." Marcus pulled his son into a tight hug. Lyra looked out the window at the dark sky. This battle was finished. But the real war had only just begun. The night grew silent again, but the silence felt heavy, almost dangerous. Marcus checked the broken door, his hands still shaking. Eli leaned against Lyra, breathing slowly as the last spark of his strange energy faded from his body. Lyra looked exhausted too. Every time Eli's power awakened, she had to steady herself, like the power pulled on her own life. Marcus finally spoke. "They'll come back, won't they?" Lyra nodded. "Yes, they always return. Hunters never fail a mission." She looked at Eli with worry. "And now they know about the boy. They won't stop." Eli looked down at his hands. "Why do they want me? I didn't do anything." Lyra hesitated, then sat in front of him. "There is something you must understand. Something your father must hear too." Marcus sat close, listening carefully. Lyra pointed to the glowing lines on her arms. "My people carry royal energy. It is like a powerful fire in our blood. Only those born into the royal house can use it." She paused. "Only those who carry the ancient mark." Eli frowned. "But I'm not alien." "No," Lyra said softly. "But your energy feels like ours. It feels ancient. It feels connected to something bigger." Marcus's eyes narrowed. "What are you trying to say?" "My boy is human. Just human." Lyra took a deep breath. "Marcus, listen. Before I escaped, I learned a secret. A very old one. The royal house is not purely alien. Hundreds of years ago, our ancestors mixed their bloodline with another species. She held Eli's hand gently. Humans. Marcus froze. That's impossible. Humans were never in contact with your people centuries ago. Lyra shook her head. Your history books are incomplete. Many empires hide the truth. My people visited Earth long ago. They met humans. They learned something important, that humans can bond with royal energy better than any alien. Eli looked confused. Bond? How? Lyra looked into the boy's eyes. Humans feel deeply. Love deeply. Fear deeply. Emotion is the key to royal echo energy. That is why your power comes from your feelings. Strong feelings. Suddenly everything made sense. The earlier blast, the shield, the sparks inside Eli. Marcus swallowed hard. So Eli is special? Because he feels more. Lyra nodded. Yes, and because somewhere in your bloodline, Marcus, someone long before you touched my people's energy, that spark survived. And it was born again in your son. Eli whispered, so I'm not broken? Lyra's eyes softened. You are not broken. You are powerful. Eli blinked fast. His whole life, he had felt weak, slow, different. Now for the first time, he felt like he belonged to something bigger than himself. But Marcus wasn't convinced. If this is true, how did Lyra arrive at our house? Why here? Why now? Lyra hesitated again. Her voice became quieter. I must tell you the rest. I did not end up here by mistake. She looked at the crate's delivery tag on the wall. I changed the address. But not by myself. Marcus leaned in. Then who changed it? Lyra lowered her eyes. A member of the Royal Council. Marcus blinked. Someone important? Very important, Lyra whispered. He cared about me. He wanted to protect me. He gave me a new coordinate. A place where he believed I would be safe. She looked at Marcus and Eli. This place. Eli frowned. But why here? Why our home? Lyra touched Eli's hand again, and her voice shook slightly. Because he knew the truth. He knew that somewhere on this planet lived a human boy. With the royal echo spark. She pointed at Eli's chest. You. Marcus felt the ground under him shift. Are you saying someone intended for you to meet my son? Lyra nodded. Yes, someone wanted me to reach you. Someone wanted Eli protected. Someone believed Eli would be important to the future of the galaxy. Eli whispered, important. How? Lyra looked out the cracked window at the distant sky. The royal house is falling apart. Many want power. Many want to control the galaxy. A child with your energy could change everything. You could lead, heal, or destroy, depending on who raises you. Marcus clenched his jaw. No one is taking my son. Lyra's voice was soft but steady. I will not let them. But Marcus wasn't done. Who is this council member who sent you here? Why risk his life for you? Why risk our lives? Lyra whispered, because he believed the royal house needed new blood. New hope. She looked at Eli with gentle eyes. He believed in a future where humans and aliens would stand together. And he believed I would find that future. Here, another loud boom broke the silence. The ground vibrated. A red light flashed through the window. Eli's face went pale. They're back. Lyra stood quickly. No, this light is not from the hunters. Outside, in the sky above the farm, a giant golden ship slowly descended, bigger than every hunter ship combined. Marcus stepped back in fear. What now? Lyra whispered one word, Royal Fleet. And the real danger had finally arrived. The golden ship descended slowly, lighting up the entire farm. It was huge, so huge, it covered half the sky like a floating sun. Eli stared through the cracked window with wide eyes. Marcus felt his heart pound as the ground shook. Even the broken boards of the porch rattled under the weight of the ship's shadow. Lyra stepped forward, her face pale with a mix of fear and disbelief. This is not a hunter's ship. This ship belongs to the royal family itself. Marcus frowned. Then why is it here? Lyra swallowed hard. If the royal fleet has come, it means the council knows exactly where we are. And they know about Eli. Eli's hands trembled. They want me too. Lyra gently rested her hand on his shoulder. The royal fleet takes only what it believes is important for the future of the empire. And your energy. They will not ignore it. A deep hum filled the air as the golden ship stopped over the farm. A ramp extended slowly, like a giant tongue of light. Marcus instinctively stepped in front of Eli, blocking him from view. Lyra stood beside them, glowing softly but breathing fast. A figure walked down the ramp. Tall, calm, dressed in flowing silver robes with golden edges. His skin was marked with glowing lines like Lyra's, but stronger, brighter, older. His presence filled the air with a strange warmth. Lyra gasped softly. Grand Minister Theron. Eli had never seen her look so shocked. Marcus whispered, "Who is he?" Lyra's voice shook. "He is a leader of the Royal Council, one of the most powerful men in our empire, and he is the one who changed my delivery address." Marcus's eyes widened. "So he sent you here?" Theron reached the ground and looked around calmly, as if the broken house, the ruined door, and the damaged field did not surprise him. His eyes were gentle but sharp. He saw everything. When he spotted Eli, he stopped. The warm air shifted strangely. He walked closer and knelt in front of the boy. Eli froze. Marcus tensed. Lyra held her breath. Theron looked into Eli's eyes with deep sadness. "So, the spark has awakened." Eli blinked. "You know what's inside me?" Theron nodded. "Yes, I knew it long before you were born." Marcus stepped forward. Why my son?" Theron turned to Marcus. "Because his energy was foretold. A rare bond between two worlds. A human with the heart of my people. And the courage of yours." Marcus clenched his fists. "Then stay away. You're not taking him." Theron raised a hand. "Marcus, I do not wish to harm your child. But you must understand his awakening will shake the galaxy. Many will hunt him. Many will fear him." Lyra stepped closer, her voice tight. "Why did you send me here, Minister?" Theron looked at her gently. "Because you are the last of the royal airline, and the boy." He looked back at Eli. "The boy is the only one your energy can safely bond with." Lyra froze. "Bond with me?" Theron nodded. "Only a royal heir can stabilize the echo energy inside him. Without you, the boy's power will grow wild. It will hurt him. Or worse, destroy him." Eli's eyes widened in fear. "Destroy me?" Lyra quickly knelt and grabbed his hands. "No, I won't let that happen." Theron stood slowly. "You must choose, Eli. Stay here and face the hunters alone. Or come with Lyra to a place where you can learn to control your power." Marcus stepped in front of Eli protectively. "He stays with me. He is my son." Theron's eyes softened. "And he will remain your son. But his path cannot stay inside this small house. His power will grow. You cannot stop it. You cannot teach him. Only Lyra can." Eli looked between Theron, Lyra, and his father. His heart raced. He didn't understand his gift. He didn't want to fight aliens or lead galaxies. He wanted to wake up, eat breakfast with his dad, feed chickens, and live a normal life. "I'm scared." The sky lit with war, and Eli's destiny was no longer a secret. The red beam streaked across the night sky, hitting the ground with loud cracks that shook the house. The golden royal ship fired back, filling the darkness with blinding flashes of light. Marcus shielded Eli's head as debris fell from above. Lyra stood in front of them both, glowing like a living shield. Theron raised his hands toward the sky. His voice boomed with power. Defensive formation. Protect the heirs. Royal soldiers poured out of the golden ship, forming a circle around Marcus, Eli, and Lyra. Their armor glowed with gold lines, brighter and cleaner than the hunters. These soldiers looked disciplined, noble, and far more dangerous. But the hunters were ruthless, charging straight through fire like wild beasts. Eli trembled. They're coming for me again. Lyra knelt, holding his face gently. They can sense your power now. They will not stop. Eli's eyes filled with tears. I don't know how to use it. I'm scared. Lyra pressed her forehead against his. Listen to me. You're not alone. My energy connects to yours. You only need to feel me near you. Marcus put his hand on his son's shoulder. Eli, we're with you. No matter what. Another explosion tore through the field. A hunter smashed into the back wall of the house, sending dust everywhere. The lead hunter appeared again, his armor cracked, his visor glowing red with anger. He pointed at Eli. The Echo Child belongs to us. Lyra stood, her glow brightening. He belongs to no one. The hunter roared and charged. Before he could reach them, Theron stepped between them, his silver robes swirling. His hands shined like burning suns. You challenge the royal minister? He said coldly. The hunter swung his spear, but Theron caught it midair with a single hand. The metal melted in his grip. Your mission ends here, Theron said. He jerked his arm and sent the hunter crashing into the ground. But the hunter stood again, broken, bleeding, but fueled by madness. You can't stop destiny. He screamed. The child's power will burn your empire. Marcus felt anger rise in his chest. Leave my son alone. The hunter ignored him and raised his spear again. Lyra's voice cut through the chaos. Eli, look at me. Eli turned. Lyra held his hands tight. Feel what you felt before, she whispered. Your heart, your fear, your strength. Let your energy come. Slowly, Eli swallowed hard. He closed his eyes. At first. Nothing. Then he felt a warm spark in his chest. A tiny light pushing against the fear. Eli took a deep breath. The light grew. The hunters sensed it. They turned immediately, shouting warnings. Theron stepped back. He's awakening. Marcus held his breath. Lyra whispered, Eli. Let it rise. Eli opened his eyes, and they glowed white. A soft pulse of energy spread from his chest, pushing wind across the grass. The hunter closest to him staggered. The lead hunter screamed, Stop him, now! But it was too late. Eli's power surged like a wave of bright fire, but this time it was controlled, guided, steady because Lyra held his hands and shared her own energy with him. The wave exploded outward. Hunter ships in the sky twisted and fell. The soldiers on the ground were thrown back. Even the strongest hunters dropped their weapons as the force lifted them into the air and slammed them down again. The entire battlefield froze. Silence fell. Only Eli stood glowing, breathing fast but still standing. Lyra knelt beside him, tears in her eyes. You did it. You controlled it. Eli wiped his face. I didn't want to hurt them. I just wanted them to stop. Theron approached slowly. And you stopped them without killing. That is true royal echo power. Only a pure heart can shape energy without destruction. Marcus hugged his son, voice shaking. I'm proud of you, Eli, more than you know. The royal soldiers secured the fallen hunters. Some fled into the night. Others surrendered when they saw Eli's light. Theron faced the small family. The empire will come for him again. But now they will come with respect, not force. You have proven your strength. Marcus nodded slowly. So, what now? Theron looked at Lyra and Eli. Now we protect him. And we teach him. Both of you. Eli held Lyra's hand. Will you stay with me? Lyra smiled softly. I will never leave you. Theron bowed his head. Then it is decided. You three will come with me. The Royal Academy will train Eli. Lyra will guide him. And you, Marcus, will remain by his side. Marcus exhaled in relief. I won't lose my boy. Eli looked at the rising sun peeking over the broken field. His life had changed forever. He wasn't just a disabled boy from a small farm anymore. He was something else. Something powerful. Something important. Lyra squeezed his hand. Your journey begins today. Eli smiled for the first time that night. They stepped toward the golden ship together, a human father, an alien princess, and a boy whose light could change the galaxy. And from that moment on, they were family,